Have you ever wondered why you don't have enough time to get things done that you want to get done? Maybe you've had a checklist of things and you've just never been able to do anything with it. Well, let me give you a little bit of feedback on my personal experience and why I made the decision last year to get rid of my social media. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Reggie, aka Pradigy Music Man. And if you're here, then you already know why you're at this channel. But basically, this channel is going to be a bunch of different things for technology, music information, and just overall life information. But let me go ahead and get into it with this video. 2018 was a big year for me and my family. We have 2 children, and in all honesty, it's really hard to just get simple things done. We really have to do a lot of planning just to get things knocked out. One of the things that I noticed that I was doing personally was that I would wake up in the morning, and before I would even kiss my wife, sometimes I would check my social media. And I kind of realized, like, right there, that's a very bad thing. So I was like, look, you don't really have to be on social media anymore. You're not really doing music right now. You're kind of taking a break, and you can focus on other things like your kids growing up and capturing those moments if I'm going to capture anything, right? And I started realizing, like, what in the world am I doing on these platforms anyway? For example, when the election was going on, I was actually talking with a lot of people who I've never seen face to face, like ever. So I was like, why am I burning so much energy on this conversation, in this debate, trying to change your perspective, you're trying to change my perspective. It just kind of was a pointless, talk. So that kind of got my wheels burning a little bit. A friend of mine, actually, he left social media for like a year. And I noticed that people were making this a thing and they were trying it out, but he jumped back on, and I think he's back on full board now. I think it was just a year thing of trying to get away from it. But what I realized for me is that for the longest time, being a music artist and having a label behind me, my whole thing was, if you're going to be on social media, you're going to use it to push your music, you're going to use it to push your brand the most you can do it, right? And I was on social media like hardcore for at least 10 years probably, right? Going back to MySpace. But for sure, when I hooked up with the label and they were telling us, hey, you guys need to be out there engaging with your fans and doing all those types of things. So I was on social media primarily because of business. That's what I always told myself. But what I didn't realize is that I started to become addicted to just checking it for no real reason. So it was like my mind would just shut off, and I would just be scrolling through whatever, right? So, when I first started, it was MySpace, not that big of a deal because it wasn't on my phone. But once my phone became like the centerpiece of all technology for me, that changed like everything. And before you knew it, I would wake up in the morning, check my phone, be on my phone right now. Like, I remember my wife and I had a conversation, and she said, "You're on your phone a lot." And I was like, I'm not really on my phone that much. I don't feel like I am, right? But then I listened to what she was saying, and she's usually always right. So I go back and I'm like, okay, let's just like put the phone away. Let's not even like use it, right? And I started realizing that as soon as I got nothing going on, like it was empty, I would pull my phone out. Or if I was eating with somebody, my phone would be like something that I would be on while I'm eating with another person or a group of people. And that's kind of rude. Obviously, as a musician, I'm seeing more and more concerts where people are literally just like filming with their phone the entire concert, right? I mean, that could be like local concerts, major concerts, or whatever. What are we doing, right? I think one of the biggest moments of 2018 that made me say this is a good thing for me was when we as a family went to Disney on Ice. And I'm sitting to the far right of my family, I'm on the right end, and there's a couple strangers to my right. It's actually like another family, right? And the mom for the other family, she pulls out this iPad, and we're like in the Spectrum Arena, like a legit huge arena. She pulls out this iPad and she's filming like all the show with her kids just kind of like disengaged and everything. So I'm kind of like, what are we coming to here, man? What is this? This is a bad thing. Like, social media addiction is a real thing, and maybe a lot more important than people give it credit for today. But for me, I can tell you, like, I'm on my phone because I was on Facebook, I was on Instagram, and then I started getting on Twitter a lot during like the election, because that was where a lot of news was breaking. So I had this triangle of just my attention being focused to those things, and I don't feel like I was engaged with a lot of my surroundings. So that was around early 2018 where I actually decided to take the Facebook app off of my phone. That was the first step. I took the Facebook app off my phone because that was the app where a lot of the people who I was talking with, actually having conversations with, or that Facebook was recommending to me, I didn't even know those people like that. I mean, you know, as a musician, I have a bunch of people who are my friends that aren't my friends. I don't know them like that. So I said, you know what? Let's take that off of there. That's causing a bunch of drama. You know, so many feelings got hurt probably since the 2016 year or 15 year or whatever, right? So I went ahead and deleted that. I kept the Messenger app because I thought I needed the Messenger app, but what I was doing was I wasn't fully committing. And as you know, anything you do in your life, if you don't fully commit to it, you're probably gonna fail. So a few months later, I just kind of said, you know what, let's really just do this. I deleted the Facebook app again because I had re-downloaded it. I deleted the Facebook app again. I deleted Twitter, right? I actually deleted my Twitter account because I just felt like I didn't need a Twitter account anymore. Like Twitter's so fast, nobody really engages with me, so I just deleted that. The Instagram account that I had a couple of Instagram accounts, and I really just kind of was like, well, I decided to keep that one account that I have for my real estate blog, but even recently I just kind of like thrown that away. So that IG is done. I'm done with Instagram, I'm done with Facebook, I'm done with Messenger, and obviously I'm done with Twitter. So what do I have on my phone now? Well, funny thing is, we went to Disney later last year, and as I was thinking about why is my phone dying, you know, I don't want to buy a new phone. I have a Galaxy S7. What's the point of buying a brand new phone when, you know, they're just gonna push updates to make it slow too, just so that you have to buy more and more phones. So I was like, let me save my battery. I'm gonna be out in Disney. I'm gonna be doing this and that. I want to make sure I get good pictures of my kids and as a family, and just, you know, I don't have to worry about trying to plug my phone up, right? So I deleted literally like everything from my phone except for like my really critical bank apps, and obviously Gmail, because I need my Gmail. I can't really go anywhere without Gmail because it keeps me tight with my business, obviously, and if anybody really needs to get in contact with me and I don't have a cell signal, then I probably will have a Wi-Fi. So Gmail is definitely something I keep. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all off my phone now. And what I found though is that a lot of times I'm just like on the floor playing with the kids and stuff, and we're just talking because my kids have gotten to the point where we can have conversations. And I felt like, you know, being a parent was a big priority shift for me. There were things that I was doing that I felt like was taking me away from my family, you know, playing here and doing different things like that. And I really wanted to focus on being present for as much as I could for our children actually, not child, for our children's life, and making sure that everything that I could soak in, because I knew that I would never get a chance to see them at 1 year old again, 2 years old again, 3 years old again, and so forth. And they're growing up so fast, like that's not a joke. And when I stopped actually posting pictures of my kids while I was on social media, because I just kind of felt like it was a little invasive. Like, why am I putting my kids out there on that, right? But then I just started thinking, like, why am I putting myself out there? There's only one app that I would even kind of classify as social media, which is YouTube. I still have that on my phone because I'm on YouTube. I do YouTube. I have a lot of things that I tie back into my business with YouTube. So I've really just kind of focused on doing that particular application, like that platform, that's it. But I do treat this more like a creator content that also goes into our services, which is like real estate or whatever that we're doing to, you know, make the family business grow, because at the end of the day, it's all about growing that family wealth. It's true. But let me know how you guys feel. Is 2019 the year that you guys decided to drop off of social media? Are you gonna stay on? Are you trying to do it one app at a time? Like, what's going on with you? Let me know in the comments. And if you think I'm crazy, or if you think I'm a little extreme with it, just let me know. I like to get that feedback too. But either way, subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear today. Also, don't forget to like the video, and please, please, please ring that bell if you want some notifications. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.